But I must say, I really choose this above everything else because my time is my own time, and I don't have to go and sit in the office, and I don't have to worry about paying rent, for an office space. Or I'm so flexible. I can basically be on holiday and still work. So I'm really, fortunate in that way, and I really hope it will be a testament to them to try things, and encourage each other and encourage them to take chances sometimes, even if it's
Yeah.
the risk is so high, or you don't know what lies ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm here with Elbé Venter. Hi, Elbé.
Hi, such lovely to be here.
We are so excited to have you. I can't wait to get into your story, Elbé. Could you first start by just sharing a little bit more about you and your family and where you live and what you do?
So I am from South Africa. I'm 40 years old, actually 41, sorry. And I've got two beautiful daughters. One is 8 and one is 10. And my
Mhm.
husband is a full-time worker at the moment. I used to do graphic design for a long time.
Tell me a little bit about where you were when you found immersion, what was going on in your life, and when did you take it?
So it was quite an interesting season in my life. It was during COVID. So, like everybody else, it was very uncertain. We didn't know what life was going to look, post COVID. And I had to take less freelancing jobs because I had to focus my attention to my kids. They were plucked from school, all the schools were closed, like you all know. Put all my energy into that. And in the same year, something bad happened in our family. My brother was diagnosed with cancer, my younger brother. So it was quite a different season in my life. I was struggling with, seeing somebody you love basically dying in front of your eyes, and you've got these small kids you have to nurture and keep away from the pain and everything. And I still need to work. And so I heard about your
Mm.
course the year before, actually, and I did your free mini course. And what I loved about it was it opened up my mind to creating patterns. I mean, repeating patterns. It was like I was addicted from the first moment. It really pushed me to draw more regularly and see what I can, put together as patterns. I think that really stuck with me. It was something I could see myself doing for a longer time period. And it's something that I love to do to see things come together. And yeah, so it was prior COVID, I did the mini course, and then in COVID, in that crazy season, I just felt I needed some way to escape, if you want to call it that, and just, nurture my creativity and find a place of sanity, basically, in this crazy tension place. Yeah. So that's where I
Wow.
found immersion. So yeah. And I've never
Uh,
looked back, really.
Thank you for sharing that. And I'm so sorry to hear. It's not unusual, actually, that we hear people who have found immersion and then it becomes either a place of like healthy distraction or a place of healing. So tell
Yeah.
me about from an emotional perspective, what diving into your creativity, how it helped you during that time.
You want to take control of the situation that's basically out of your control, the if you see somebody that's struggling or really in pain, you want to relieve it, but you can't, and then it's something inside of you that it's driven me to a place where I can go somewhere and I can create and I can feel I'm contributing to something bigger than myself and share something emotionally. I don't really know how to explain it in words, but there's something happening definitely emotionally, to sit and draw. And it's like therapy, basically. It felt like therapy daily to go and sit and draw. And I remember one of your first classes, you said, just show up every day. So that's one of your favorite lines, I know. And it really
Yep.
helped me to just do that, just show up broken and a mess and create. There's such a big platform that opened up to me. You can put your patterns on so many different surfaces. And I've always loved textile design and fabrics and see how it's created. So I think that was something that really made me excited. So I was considering something in textiles, and but I didn't know how to accomplish that. I didn't even know where to begin. I didn't know anything about running a business or having an online presence in any way.
So tell me a little bit about what has happened for you since you dove in.
After the immersion course, I still felt like I didn't want to really pitch anything immediately. I gave myself some time, and luckily I wasn't in position to not to be able to, pressure myself to produce something that I need to sell. I could kind of ease into the whole this new world. And I heard about Skillshare through your course as well. So I took many Skillshare classes in painting and drawing. And I also wanted to know how to use watercolor and transform that into patterns. So I had to dive a little bit deeper into those areas as well for myself. And eventually I stood back and there was this massive body of patterns that was looking back at me saying, listen, we need to be printed somewhere or use me, please. So, I registered a business in the beginning of this year called Pick a Pattern. So you have to pick your pattern. I started printing on fabric, basically. It's a few examples at the back. So, and it's not my own printer yet, but that would obviously be ideal to print your own fabric. The lady that I'm working with, she's extremely lovable and we work together very well. And I also have a seamstress that used to have her own upholstery shop. So she's making my table runners and my napkins. And I've been selling them online. And I've started making small profits, not majorly, but we're getting, I feel like I've got enough work to produce or to put out there, but now I have to focus on the business side of things. So I hope this year would be, would open doors for me in that way. Another big change was I moved away a little bit more from the painting and physical drawings into buying an iPad. I want to feel like I want to hush. People are very sensitive about that, but I feel it made my workflow so much easier, to have an iPad, where I go waiting for the kids at school, or I can work more often than sitting and taking out all my paints. And so I do love painting still, but for my work, I feel that kind of streamlined everything for me. And I'm so happy that I didn't feel I need to make a success instantly. I think everybody needs to almost step back and enjoy the process a little and see where how your patterns mature almost. In the beginning, it's just like drawing and trying to figure out how to make patterns. But at the end, when it comes so naturally, you don't focus on the pattern making as much as the arts or the colors or the textures or all the other detail that makes it interesting.
What advice would you give someone who is maybe where you were? Maybe they are feeling, like they're juggling a lot. Maybe they're going through something difficult, and maybe they're also really excited about something new, but maybe feeling hesitant. What advice would you give them, or what advice would you give yourself when you were trying to make this decision?
It's a commitment, but it's 6 weeks or 8 weeks, that you really have to commit. And the great thing is because it's so flexible, I mean, the videos you can look or you can watch wherever and whenever, and the course was structured in such a way that anybody can basically complete it, which was great. So, and at night in South African time, I would sit late at night watching your live sessions, and it was great because all my kids were asleep. I could just tune into this course and really see all these people, from all over the world. So, and I think the one thing in South Africa, because we don't live in a country where it's hard to make a living. It's hard to get recognized. There's no funding. It's really hard to make it. And so you have to be patient. But I don't think I would ever have reached this point without immersion. It was like a whole world open to me. And the other thing I would also mention is the peer groups I don't know if you still do that, but the groups that the ladies that were in my group, they were from Sweden and Israel and Zimbabwe and all over the world. And it was so nice to see older women joining, this course and really, yeah, doing something totally different. The one lady was a ceramic artist and she started doing patterns. And it was so inspiring to see, different people from seasons of life to join this. And most of them really made a success of what they were anticipating to do. So I still have contact with most of them, and I can tell you they would all say the same. You won't look back really. And like I say, I keep revisiting these sessions because when I started the course, I wasn't really ready to learn about business. I was really I kind of said, I just want to learn patterns. I just want to learn patterns. And then after you feel more comfortable, you would go back and watch the business side of things. And then it's like a whole new process. So that's what's nice about the course is like accessible for life. And yeah, I don't think there's anything out there like this. So I would really say go for it. Don't look back.
Elbé, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story, what this has meant to you, and also your beautiful work. I'm so excited to see
Yeah.
where it takes you. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.